Let's go. Ready to go? You ready for this one, Carla?
Yeah.
Come on, I got the all white. I got the Diadem white shirt. I got the white Federer hat. I'm like Wimbledon out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is today such an interesting day? The first Middle Sunday ever to have been played at Wimbledon because they commemorate the 100-year anniversary, right?
Oh yeah. The first because of the 100, but I heard that they did it before because of rain delays and blah blah blah.
Yes, and I wrote this down. It's happened 4 times before previously in 1991, 1997, 2004, and 2016, mainly because of rain, delays, etc. Yeah, let's shut that off.
I'm sure that people are still watching the Djokovic match.
That's okay.
Which is fine. Hold on. Novak's going up. Requirement strength is unmatched. Yes. Hola, Alex. ¿Cómo estás?
Yeah, after watching
What's up,
Van Rithoorn just lazily hit that slice backhand to the net to go down 2-4 in the fourth, I figured it's time to start. This one's over, right? All right, you ready to lock in, Carla? Let's go. Come on. All right. Hello and welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. Today is July the 3rd, Sunday, Domingo, right? Domingo. Very rarely do we do a show, if ever, on a Sunday during Wimbledon, Middle Sunday. This is the first one ever. We started this 4 years ago during
I'm sure
Wimbledon.
you would find a reason to do it.
I probably would for sure. All right. Where do you want to start, Carla? Do you want to start now with the Djokovic match that's still ongoing, or do you want to go elsewhere?
Let's start with the ceremony. I thought the ceremony was great. The ceremony they called the players that won 1 time.
Or 2 times.
2 times, 4 times, 5 times. Martina Navratilova would have been the biggest one at 9, but she got COVID, so she wasn't able to be there.
Yeah, she couldn't be there.
So Mr. Federer, who came in like James Bond, he looked like James Bond.
Crowd was insane.
I mean, he had the loudest cheer. You could tell they love him there. They love him. But they all look good. I mean, there were a few players like Martina Hingis looked really old. I was like, wow. I was like, she's way younger than me, and she looks old. Petra Kvitova looked nice in her green dress. Chris Evert looked nice in her green dress. Novak looked elegant in his white outfit, and so did Nadal and Halep. I love the white. I hated Kerber's outfit. I thought it was awful. She should have shown her legs, wore a dress like Petra Kvitova. It would have been. Venus rocked it. Venus looked like a diva. She came out with hair all flowing, and she was like flaunting it the way she was walking, like she knew she had it. Edberg looked elegant. Bork looked all right. Yeah, it's a shame Becker couldn't make it. They should have let him out of jail.
Agreed.
I mean, they should have let him out of jail for this special occasion, you know. McEnroe looked like McEnroe. Billie Jean King, you know, getting older. She's doing her thing. Rod Laver, you know.
The Rocket. Don't forget about the Rocket.
He's still rocking it. Serena should have been there too. I agree. Who else did they have? Bartoli is who we found out.
Yeah,
she was recently there. Margaret Court, and you noticed that no one really even cheered for her.
Yeah.
Stan Smith, I didn't know he won one. Who was the other one? Newcomb?
John Newcomb
was there. Yeah.
Look, how many of you have owned a pair of Adidas Stan Smith sneakers? I mean, the white ones with only green.
My daughter's waving her hand.
And some of them have a little bit of navy blue. So you have the traditional green Stan Smith Adidas, and then you have the kind of the second version 2.0 with the navy blue. But it's generally a white shoe with a highlight of the green on the tongue or a highlight of the navy blue on the tongue. Mm-hmm. Who out there has owned a pair of Stan Smiths? Liliana, our daughter, has done so. I know I have. And that was my dad's thing. One of my first coaches, Norm Pollock, the Canadian.
They look good. And, you know, I was telling Justin, I was looking at some pictures. Can't believe everything the media says because they look pretty friendly.
Yeah. And what narrative is Carla talking about? Over the past 50 times, that's 50, over the past 50 times that Djokovic that Djokovic and Federer have met, there's always some dichotomy. Choose the good between good. Choose between good and evil, but you can see by the pictures that you can't believe everything the media types out for you. Don't believe everything you read, half of what you see, and almost nothing of what you hear, because it's usually all these bullshit. You can tell in the pictures with Federer and Djokovic today.
Look, they're smiling.
There's mutual respect.
There's definitely mutual respect there.
Yes.
Look at that. I mean, you could see that. You don't talk to somebody like that. and smile that way if you don't like them, you know?
Yeah. There have been times, in all honesty, competitors in sports and different aspects of life. One sportsman will say to the other, "Hey, we're trying to beat one another, but let's represent something that's good, and maybe you represent something that's bad, and that'll sell more tickets. So we can kind of, go kick each other's ass in the ring or on the basketball court or in the boxing ring, whatever. But let's find something that we can maybe mutually disagree upon, and that'll sell us more tickets." Right?
Yeah,
I think this is one of those things.
Yeah, here they are saying hello to each other. Here's another one. You can tell they respect each other. Here's another one hugging each other. I mean, yeah. I think that a lot of times people exaggerate stuff.
Yes, indeed. All right. Yesterday, we had a brief discussion about Chris Evert, right? We had a brief discussion about Chris Evert, and I think that both of us said because of maybe a couple of years of her commentating, maybe has led us to forget about her playing, right? But yesterday, Wayne M. Chia out there, much love to Wayne M. Chia, longtime tennis mind, but Wayne M. Chia wrote a comment across that I thought put into perspective how times change and anything in life, but especially in tennis. So Wayne M. Chia wrote this comment yesterday after yesterday's show, and I quote, he says, "I think you cannot compare Nadal and different years. Chris Evert said in 1987 that if she were still playing like she did in 1977 when she was number one, she would be number 50 in 1987. How the other players are playing and how the game has evolved matter as well. Even the surfaces are more neutralized these days." In other words, just because you played at the top of your class in one era does not necessarily mean you would play in the top 50 in a different era. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How well, if Pete Sampras in his heyday, serving balling with the Pro Staff 85, the very dull, heavy, laborious 85 square inch racket, if Pete Sampras played Rafa Nadal currently in his heyday on any surface, how does Pete Sampras match up against Nadal? And this is just a couple generations removed.
Well, I think with the rackets, the techniques changed just slightly. I think he would have a harder time.
Yes. Anyway, I don't think it would be relatively close if John McEnroe, even removed from the 80s, was to play someone like Rafa Nadal on any surface. I think John McEnroe would get his ass whipped, or Novak Djokovic, or any one of them, because they haven't seen anything like it. It's a different era. It's hard to compare.
It's a different era. It's hard to compare. Absolutely.
Very, very, very much hard to compare. Okay, speaking of Nick Kyrgios for a moment, only just for a moment. Yesterday, we know that we had to go through the dichotomy once again. We had to choose between who was supposedly good and who was supposedly evil. Do you have those videos from his press conferences just yesterday? Nick Kyrgios, once again, was able to manipulate his opponent by being an asshole, and it worked. But yet, we find it a problem in tennis when every other sport does it ad nauseum as a way to sell tickets, as a way to be the bad guy, as a way to get your jersey signed and so forth, right? When Steph Curry nails the shot at the end, is he chewing on his mouthpiece and going, "What? Let's go"?
I mean,
or is he going, "Thank you so much for my opportunity to be here. I really appreciate it. If it wasn't for Larry Bird, I would." Shut up.
I have to agree with Nick. I mean, this is what Sissy Ass says. He says, "It was a circus in a way. This needs to stop. It's not okay. Someone needs to sit down with him and talk. I can't just sit there and act like a robot. It's a constant bullying. He bullies opponents. He was probably a bully in school too. He has a very evil side to him." And Nick's response is, "I didn't do anything. I literally didn't do a thing.
He didn't do anything. He really
Maybe
didn't.
He should figure out how to beat me. The circus was all of him. I'm one of the most liked players in the locker room. He's not liked. He has some serious issues." Yeah, I have to agree with Nick on this one. In sports, that's what they do. They try to get into your head, and if you have an issue with that, that is your problem. Nick really didn't do anything. The fact, I agree with him. He said in his interview, he was trying to hit me with the ball. "I know I got to him in his head, and I love it." He said, "I knew it. I got to his head." That is called being mentally tough in sports, especially if you're a professional.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you got to be able to deal with it. I didn't see him as bully. You know, this is a bully. I have an American bully dog. Why don't you bring my dog? This is a bully.
Yeah, that's how we roll.
This is a bully. I don't think Nick's a bully. Nick's an idiot. He's just not a bully. But this here's a bully. That's a bully right there. Yeah, that's a bully. So Sissy Boss got to get that one straight. That's a bully. He'll mess your ass up. Anyways.
He doesn't look like it. He's like a penguin.
He's so cute.
That dog's supposed to mess her up.
Yeah.
He looks like a penguin.
Jose P said Nick said he was playing basketball, guys. That act tough. Sissy Pass is just being soft. Smack talk is part of any competitive.
Let's go, Jose P.
Very true. You know how many times my husband, when we were playing, he'll talk all this smack, and I'm like, okay, whatever. He's like, getting mad, right? I don't get mad. I'll show it to you with my racket, with my skills. You know, I'm like, whatever. I just laugh it off.
Exactly. Are you telling me when NFL Sunday comes on, or Monday Night Football or Thursday Night Football, that your quarterback's dropping back and about to take the snap, and the linebackers are like with their mouth shut? I know those linebackers are like, get some. I slept with your mom last night. Get on these nuts, bitch. Get on these nuts. I'm gonna rip your throat out, bitch. I mean, Nick Kyrgios is doing the same thing. What do we expect? Because it's tennis, we can't do that? Shut up. Soldier up. Sissy Pass is a sissy because he can't deal with that. And Kyrgios exploited that. Fair enough. Mm-hmm. Sissy boy. Man, learn how to tune that shit in and tune that shit out.
He did say also that what's holding Sissy Pass back is that he doesn't know how to
handle the heat. Yeah. Nick Kyrgios said it perfectly in his preface.
It hit a guy. I saw the video. Hit him in the back of
the
ball that Sissy Pass hit. And then that's the other question they asked him. He got upset about it. He's like, if it would have been me, I would have gotten disqualified. If it would have been Novak, he would have gotten disqualified. Absolutely. You know, there is no rule that if you hit someone in the stands, you get disqualified, but they can decide to disqualify you.
Yeah. And by the way, of 5 children that we have, our 2 oldest ones were at the United States Air Force Academy, right? Do you think either one of them has been welcomed into the Air Force Academy with something like, hey, it's so good to have you here. You look so cute in your jeans. Or they're like, get the to make them be able to deal with stuff. Okay, but sissy can't deal with sissy boy stuff. Whatever. Nick Kyrgios didn't do anything but played a card that was perfectly legal and got inside his head. Period. And if you can't overcome that, what was John McEnroe, the same person commentating on this match? How many times did John McEnroe, of all people, employ this tactic? And he sits in the booth acting like he's Johnny Goodpants. Man, I used to watch John McEnroe play tournaments in California when I was like 8, 9, 10 years old with my family, with my parents, my mom and my dad. This guy was an asshole, but he did it to get inside your head.
He did.
There's nothing new about this.
So might I agree? If it was nobody, he would have been stripped of his 6 Wimbledon trophies. Yeah, I mean, they let him get away with it. I mean, in a way, Nick was right. You know, I think James Blake said it the best. He said, you know, it was a great tennis match, he said, but it's terrible for tennis because Tsitsipas, you know, he's throwing tennis balls into the crowd and trying to hit Nick. That's not good for tennis. And then Nick's just constantly cursing, and you can hear him curse.
Yeah,
like just terrible. He said that's not good for tennis.
Yeah, and let's go ahead and read a comment. I know you can't read it, but this comment you can see Stefanos Sissy right here. Here's his comment from today, or yes, after the match yesterday. Sorry, it was a circus in a way. This needs to stop. It's okay. Someone needs to sit down with him and talk. I can't just sit there and act like a robot. It's constant bullying. No one bullies opponents. He was probably a bully in school. He has a very evil side of him. Now can I read this shit how it's supposed to be written? Okay, here's Tsitsipas, more like how he wrote it. It's a circus, man. This needs to stop. It's not okay.
No, he talks that like
it. What the hell ever. I'm just saying that's in his mind, though, little bitch. Okay, now Nick Kyrgios, on the other hand, says this. Man, I didn't do anything. I literally didn't do a thing. Maybe he should figure out how to beat me. The circus was all him. I'm one of the most liked players in the locker room. He's not liked. He has some serious issues. Am I right or wrong? Everybody hates on Kyrgios because he's talking smack. Then maybe you need to get out of sports and go into business administration or something, where you have to kiss everybody's ass in the office.
He just needs to go back to
writing. This is pro sports. Deal with the shit.
Go write some poems.
Did anyone knock on Muhammad Ali for saying I float like a butterfly and sting like a bee? No. Man, he's an icon because of his smack talk. And we're gonna diss Kyrgios? Whatever.
not throwing your middle finger.
I'm just saying it's stupid. It's cheesy.
You're not ghetto.
It's cheesy.
You're not ghetto.
I'm giving the same response that he would have given you.
What is a middle finger? What is a middle finger even signify?
I'm just saying it's ridiculous.
Nothing.
You have to look at yourself in the mirror if you hate on him, because all of us as human beings get pissed off throughout the day. And maybe when you're in your car and you're driving down the street and someone slams on the brakes in front of you or doesn't know how to drive, you're in your own head. You're being like, what the bleep, 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 you piece of bleep, bleep, bleep. You're doing this in your own head. But Kyrgios just does it in his place of business on the court, and you hate him for it. Know what? Every one of you out there that doesn't like Nick Kyrgios gets pissed off about something every day in life.
I don't like Nick.
I
don't like Nick, but it has nothing to do with that. For me, the part that I don't like about him is not the smack talking. You know how you listen to the video of him telling the umpire he's dumb? How would you like if someone told you you're dumb?
McEnroe
and belittling you.
McEnroe
That's what you don't like McEnroe, so you're hypocritical to say, oh, you guys don't like Nick.
Well, I'm not saying I love Nick, but I'm glad he beat Tsitsipas.
The fact that he was a so-called bully, that doesn't bother me. The fact that he does stuff like that, mistreating people, talking to the line judge like they're nothing, the gestures that you say, cursing and going on and on and on, that's the part I don't like. The part that he doesn't take tennis more seriously, be humble, talk smack about Djokovic, talk smack about Nadal, stuff like that. He doesn't deserve to. He's not a Grand Slam champion.
Do you have some of those interviews on film?
I do.
Can you show us one? Who are you going to start with, Tsitsipas?
I only have Nick. I don't have Tsitsipas.
Okay, show us Nick Kyrgios.
That's a long interview, but okay.
Well, just show it. We'll see what happens, okay? Let's go.
Remember to raise your hand, state your name and organisation when asking your question. We'll start. Nick, just give us your thoughts on the match.
Roller coaster. Thought I played. Thought the level was pretty good. Barring everything that happened. I'm really happy to just be second week of a slam again here for the fourth time, I think. So just super happy to. I think the hard work and just the way I've been playing on the grass is paying off.
Hi Nick, it's Chris Johnson from Grand Slam Magazine. Stefanos Tsitsipas was just in here, and I'm going to quote to you what he said. He said that it's constant bullying. He was probably a bully at school. I don't like bullies. He has a very evil side to him.
I would have laughed.
I'm not sure how I bullied him much. He was the one hitting balls at me. He was the one that hit a spectator. He was the one that smacked it out of stadium. I didn't do anything. I was actually apart from me just going back and forth with the umpire for a bit, I did nothing towards Stefanos today that was disrespectful. I don't think. I was not drilling him with balls. I don't know what to say.
Not fine.
What do you think?
I mean, he went as far as saying that he thinks that some players should get together and talk about you or talk to you and try to deal with what you're bringing onto the court. And
I'll be pretty upset if I lost to someone 2 weeks in a row as well. Maybe you should figure out how to beat me a couple more times first.
Yeah, that's just true. Okay. Anyway,
He sounded like when Eminem was complaining about Machine Kelly talking about him and telling his boys to stop, and he's like, "Really, Eminem? You?" Yeah. Funny shit. And now Michael Walker says, Ostapenko, did you hear her interview? At first when I saw Ostapenko in today's match, I said, no, she's not that big. And then as I started watching the match,
what?
I looked at her legs.
She was big.
She sat down. I was like, damn. I was like, she is big.
Whoa! Oh, Ostapenko got big, girl.
I'm so glad she lost. So glad she lost. You know why? Because some of you guys are like, I hope she wins because Carla didn't like her. So happy that a mom won a 2, and she's skinnier than you.
What a rhyme! Good job, girl.
She's skinnier than you.
Yeah, she brought that Biggie Smalls. Give me the loot. Give me the loot. She's skinnier than you, man. Okay. By the way, Ostapenko had 2 match points. She had 2 match points in the second set against the mother of 2, Tatiana Maria. By the way, who we respect a lot because she's a mother of 2. She's not come back on the tour but once. She's come back on the tour but twice. Okay. And she is more than happy to entertain this Golden Brick Road to another dimension. look, why do we wake up in the morning and try to be positive? Why do we wake up in the morning and try to coach kids and bake ourselves in the sun? Why do we wake up in the morning and try to hold the door open for a young lady? Why do we try to help our mom and dads out when they need help? Why do we?
Mm-hmm.
Because we'll be rewarded in the future, right? We'll be rewarded in the next dimension. So we have to think about dimensions, okay? And this dimension is you be good, you be kind, because everyone's fighting a tough battle. You take it with a grain of salt, and you keep kicking ass, and you keep taking names. And if someone is an asshole to you, you just stay positive and laugh in their face. However, Ostapenko, oh shit, you got big, girl. She got damn big. Ostapenko, snubbing hands at the net. How many times?
She's disgraceful. She's a disgraceful tennis player.
And she's
the
like,
first thing he said is, "Watch her not even shake her."
She won't even shake her hand.
Dumbass girl.
Gone.
With her white big ass outfit, so she don't look
Man,
big.
I tell you
That's
what,
why I got confused from far away, because it's so
loose.
loose. I couldn't tell.
Loose.
When
Her
she
whole,
sat down,
her whole
I was like,
ass
"Damn."
is loose. She's got a loose ass.
The
She's
problem is,
loose.
and let me tell you, Maria was smart to drop shot her because her ass can't move. She can't move. I was like, man, I would have done that all day just to see her huff and puff.
Yeah. Anyway.
Then she had her 4-1 in the second set, and she lost.
Yeah. Hey.
I was like, yay! Oh, and Alcaraz, your boy, went down. Like we said, he's not ready.
Let's go.
Too bad he can't get that look when he won the second set or third set. Was it second set or third set?
It was
Oh,
He went
crap.
like this.
Ostapenko just rolled through our house. Oh, there she is. Come on, Ostapenko. You need to go sell tires, man. Let's go, Ostapenko.
You guys are gonna get canceled. We're not gonna get canceled.
Who cares? What are they gonna cancel? 12 cents a year? Whatever. Okay, anyway, we have fun with it because we don't worry about that. Okay, by the way,
My car gotta pay us to pay over visit soon.
right. Okay,
She might slap you.
yeah, by the way,
I don't want to go there.
By the way, we always give people grief about screeching and grunting and making all types of obscene noises. Ostapenko, oh damn girl, you got big. Ostapenko, she sounds like a karate master. Like you ever seen like people break boards in karate? They're like, "Hi-ya!" They're like, "Hi-ya!" She hits the forehand. She's like, "Yeah!" She's like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 yeah!" Breaking down. She's like a Pillsbury Dough girl, but she sounds like a karate master. Anyway. Okay.
This is now. Mom's asking, is this now? This is live.
Yeah, this is live. By the way, did anyone notice did
Tinenko.
Yeah, did any of you notice that when Tatiana Maria, the mother of two, got in a tough situation, she drop shotted her big ass? Did you realize this? She drop shot. She would come in huffing and puffing. Like, I think I can get there. I think I can. I'm the little engine that could. And she would like hack it into the net. I'd be like, damn, I told you should be in better shape, girl. And then it was like the next point. She'd come in. Tatiana Marie would give her the ball, but it wouldn't be the pace that she wanted and hoped that she got, right? Because
why did she go for so many returns?
Chip.
Like, why did you go for so many returns? Like match point, she went for that second serve return. I'm like, really?
Yeah, second reserve for inside
like, why
out.
would knowing that it's match point against you, get the ball back, okay?
Put the ball
like,
back
and
in
then
play.
too, I was telling Justin, now thinking about it, I said, I don't really work out that much. I said, but because I'm on the tennis court, it helps me, whatever it helps me keep in shape.
Yeah.
I said, how can a professional tennis player who has to work on the courts every single day, they're not coaching, they're working on the court hours and hours. Like we were talking about this.
Yes.
How can she allow herself to get that big? If you are working out 3, 4, 5 hours every day or 5 days out of the 7, there's no way you should be getting that big. There's no way. No way. No.
Yeah. Think about it. All right. If you are a professional athlete in any sport outside of sumo wrestling, and even there's a little bit of practice going down. But anyway, if you're a professional tennis player and you were on the court for 6, 7, 8 hours a day, maybe 3 hours on the court, 3 hours in the weight room, 3 hours in the pool, whatever it is at the most elite level, and you still and you're still plumpy, that's telling you, Holy shit!
What is the coach not telling her?
It's like, well, it doesn't make any sense because Carla and I are look, we're run the mill, lower middle class at best, and look, we find a way to.
There's not a genetic component there,
yeah, she was rigged in 17.
She was fine.
She was fine in 17 when she won the French Open. Come on, man.
She's not a mother. She's still young.
Come on, bro.
No way. That has that comes from diet. No way.
2017. Let me show you 2017 Ostapenko.
Do you know why people get bigger?
He must be too young to remember this.
If you take pictures over the years, as people get bigger and bigger and bigger, there are 5 pounds, then another 5 pounds. That adds up. Then another 5 pounds. It adds up. It adds up. If you don't stop it, 5 pounds, and then another. Oh, it's okay. I just gained 5 pounds. Next year, I gained another 5. Oh, it's okay.
Here's Ostapenko with 2017. Do you see anything fatty about that love of joy that is now?
No, she was way skinnier.
What are you talking about? She had
gotten bigger and bigger over time.
Does anyone remember what happened 6 years ago? Ostapenko was not old then. She was
Yeah,
in
what I'm saying is that it's like anything. We're like, okay, we gain a couple pounds. And the next year, we gain another couple. Oh, yeah, I'll be fine. And it adds up. It all adds up.
She wasn't an ugly duckling fatty in 2017.
Serena has more of an excuse because she's a bigger woman.
And she's a mother.
She's a tall woman. Naturally, her mother, if you look at Serena's mom, which I've met many times, she is a big woman, like big bone woman. She's not petite. She is big. Okay, obviously that you follow your mom's genes or whatever, your dad's genes. He's a big guy as well. She is 40. Your metabolism has slowed down. She had a child, you know? It's different. She has the big muscles, which turn to fat if you don't work them out. Ostapenko's way younger, does not have kids, has no excuse.
Yeah, Ben Figures has a good comment here. It's short and sweet. Ostapenko is just mentally not there. And let me tell you why this is true. Okay, you said it perfectly, Carla. You and I go out and we teach lessons from 9 in the morning till sometimes 8 o'clock at night.
We don't work out.
We don't work out.
That's our workout.
We pay attention pretty much to diet. And just because of cleaning courts and sweeping courts and teaching lessons and picking up balls and putting the stuff up and coming back on the court and going home for the day, we don't really have to focus too much on anything because we're always turning and burning. Now, here's Ostapenko. You know, and at the long, yes, I'm giving her shit, but we give everybody shit, by the way. From Osaka to Sloane Stephens with the chart, whatever, okay? But Ostapenko is now getting her shit. And that's okay. If she's in the locker room freaking talking shit with other athletes like Kyrgios and more of these men should be doing the same shit because otherwise they're weak anyway. But Ostapenko, if she is spending the amount of time on the courts that it takes to be a pro tennis player at a high level, there is no way in freaking hell that she is that plumpy unless her diet sucks ass. And who do we blame when we're traveling around everywhere playing tournaments 9-10 months out of the year? Who do we have in our corner to make sure we don't eat Burger King Whoppers and McDonald's Big Macs and fried chicken nuggets every night of the week? Either ourselves.
I don't understand your question, Bozino. When I trained, there was no choice.
What?
It just melt. The fat would just melt. There is no choice. Your diet, your coach has you on a diet. You're working out on the tennis court. You're working out outside of
grinding,
the tennis court.
Man.
There is
grinding.
No way.
There's no way.
There is no way. I can tell you that. And watching our juniors too, I can tell you that.
There is no way. And look, from a coaching perspective.
There is no way. That is natural. You have to be stupid not to know that.
Yes.
Calorie to calorie intake.
Boom, boom, boom.
Even if you don't work out. If you don't work out, don't eat as many calories. That
is
science. It is science.
Discipline.
If you are only, as a woman, they say maybe 18 to 2,000 calories, and maybe that's a lot, then you shouldn't eat, right? If you don't want to gain more weight, don't eat more than that. As a man, you can eat a little bit more. Obviously, she's eating more.
Think about this. Carla, and again, I'm just telling you our repertoire, and you probably know this anyway, but we get up around 4:35 every day, whether we work or not. By the time it's 8 o'clock in the morning, we're picking up balls, raking leaves, sweeping courts, whatever. And luckily, we didn't take a break. And then doing that again and again and again until the day's over. What I'm saying is Ostapenko is a professional tennis player. She's a WTA premier type pro. She's won a French Open. If she's putting in the work, which I know she is, or she wouldn't be where she is now, you have to ask yourself, how are you still this fat? And I hate to say it, are we going to cry for me like Osaka and like, "Ooh, whatever? This is pro sports. I'm not being an asshole. I'm just not being different to you as I would be Kyrgios for making a water bottle gesture. I'm not being lighter on you because you're female. You should respect that. But if you are that hefty right now and you're training like you should be training, someone needs to watch what the hell they're putting in your mouth every night. And you need to fire those people and get rid of them and then figure out next how you're going to finally learn to shake someone's hand at the net that beats you. Because every time Ostapenko loses, she never does anything except snubs the handshake. Who in the hell wants to go have someone snub the handshake? It's like having a student you're coaching and it's like a grown man or something. They start acting like an asshole because they miss a forehand in practice. You're like, what?
I think when I was 16, my dad looked at me and he said, your legs are looking a little soft. He said, your muscles.
And how old were you?
He said, but you got some cellulite. And he's like, and there's no way your mother should have tighter legs than you.
And how old were you?
I was 16.
Let's
go. I was training and my mom agreed with him. And my coach looked at me and agreed. You know what they made me do? You're going to run before your lessons. So I went to run. And then on weekends, you know what I did? I went to run at the beach with the soccer players. And then after school, since he would pick me up, I would run with the wrestling team.
That's right.
The boys. I would run with the boys because I knew that would push me. And the captain of the team would tell the boys, if you let her beat you, you are running again. And we'd run a couple miles.
Yeah.
And I'd make sure I beat him. Because my dad told me that, I was very aware. Even when I met my coach when I was doing challengers, he had me in a strict diet. He said, you could lose about 5 to 10 pounds. He said, if you want to be lighter on the court. And I was like at 135 at that point, and I thought I was in great shape. He's like, we don't need to see the thighs touching. He said, we need to be solid. And he would have me running. He would have me eating no fried stuff, no junk food. My diet was very clean. I couldn't eat after a certain time. There were no soft drinks. I mean, I was constantly working out. There's no way that you don't lose weight with that recipe.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah, and nowadays.
It just happens. It melts.
Yeah, nowadays you have to be careful what you say because you might make some young girl on antidepressants cry because you say she's a little flabby. The world has changed, but ultimately when you're a $1 million athlete with the likes of Ostapenko, there is no damn reason for her to be as exploitable as her opponent did today by hacking and drop shotting her when there was a double match point on the line. Right? Mm-hmm. She huffed and puffed and she got her house blown down. She was the big bad wolf and then snubbed the handshake at the neck.
She wasn't shaking. She doesn't have the best genetics, Michael Walker. I got your text, but she definitely is doing something different. Bozidar said it takes a lot of people time. It takes you and I normal. If you're an athlete, you actually know how to lose the weight.
Who takes what time?
But as a pro,
there's plenty of time.
You're telling me if actors can shed 10, 15 pounds for
in a
movie, that a pro can't do it with all the people around you?
Yeah, right.
Come on,
exactly.
Man. There is no excuse. Stop giving excuses, Bozidar. This is a problem with human beings. We give each other excuses of why they did this or why they can't do this. No, there's no excuse, especially at her age.
No excuse.
There's
absolutely no excuse. And if there is an excuse, you're biased.
Alex Pierre said Maria can lose the weight after her pregnancy, then so can Ostapenko.
What about Tatiana Maria? She had 2 children.
Well, we've seen Clijsters come back after she had a child. She was in shape.
Carla, you've had 5 children.
Yeah, 5.
Carla's had 5.
After my 4th child, I was in better shape than when I started with my first child. Now I've slacked off a bit, but I'm not in bad shape, you know?
5. She's got 5 children. Now, I'm not talking adopted children. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but she's popped 5 children out of her stomach like popcorn. With butter on top. No. She's popped 5 kids.
That sounds terrible.
But it happened. And she's still here.
There's no excuse. I'm sorry.
She's still here.
Not at a pro level. That's what they're there for. Your coaches are there to help you, guide you and stuff. You know?
Okay. Shifting gears for a moment. Carla this morning, and she mentioned this on yesterday's show just for a moment. And if anyone watched it, I want to ask you if this resonated with you at all. And I want you to think about it clearly, objectively for a moment. Carla has been talking about how much she likes Simone Halep and her defensive game, very Nadal-esque in a way. But she indicated that as much as
we talked about this yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah. But as much as she does not want Halep to lose, she really does, though, in a weird way. Carla has stated that she wants Halep to lose, even though she loves her and respects her in the dull us type game. That she wants her to lose because Patrick Mouratoglou will get all the credit for her winning Wimbledon if that occurs. Do you agree with Carla, or do you disagree? And whether you agree or disagree, why? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't want him. The only reason I don't want her to win is because Patrick will say, "See, I left Serena. I made Simona Halep win another Grand Slam," and I definitely don't want to hear that. Just saying.
Yeah, and this is the thing. By the way, I must admit, Patrick Mouratoglou is a coach I respect, and I'm talking coach. The way his metaphors make people understand things. A lot of the same metaphors he uses to help aspiring tennis players become better. I'm being personally, I use. And I respect that. However, it does seem, though, that every time there is a player on the cusp of some type of ebb and flow, that he tends to be there, right? And I think what Carla's getting at is, does Patrick Mouratoglou deserve the respect he gets as a coach if, after a short amount of time, Halep, now with a very open draw, is able to win this major? And furthermore, part B of this questionnaire is, do you think Simona Halep has a genuine chance of winning this major for the second time?
I don't think so. I think we'll see a new Grand Slam champion. I picked Anisimova and Jabeur to play in the finals. I think that we'll see a different champion. So far, we've been right. We said Carlo Alcaraz would lose. He lost. I'm happy because we proved you guys wrong. I said Swiatek would lose to Cornet. I was right. I said Goff would lose. She wasn't ready, even though Michael Walker kept saying blah, blah, blah. I was right. You know, I mean, it just feels good when you're right. And I think that we will be right about Halep. I don't think that she will win it just because she's the only person left there that's won a Grand Slam, right? She's the only person left on the whole draw that's won a Grand Slam ever.
Yes, and by the way, Carla is the only person left of the 28 players that.
Oh, and Tiafoe lost. I said Santa Claus would have a better chance. Yeah,
that's a personal shot at Mike
Walker.
I
was right.
That's
about,
a personal shot at Mike Walker.
I was right about that one too, as well. Yep.
Okay, Mike Walker out there, love you a lot. But Mike Walker, who is a friend, I mean, you all are, but we are always connected. But Mike Walker made a bet for $500 US, that Frances Tiafoe would win Wimbledon. However, not without cause, because his payout would have been plus what, 50,000 or something. The odds were incredible. So he took that bet. I love the courage. I wanted to join him in that endeavor, but she wouldn't let me because I already lost 100 earlier on Kerber. Anyway, but I appreciate the courage of that bet, but it just didn't work out. But the odds I think were worth the intensity. I think there's like a joy you get from having it all wrist on the line. And
sure. Then going back to Eleanor, she said, well, Serena without him looked kind of bad. Well, she looked bad because she hasn't played tennis and she's overweight. It's not because she hadn't. She would have lost that match even with him sitting at her box. I don't believe that would have changed. If Halep continues to advance, he will get some of the credit for her success, of course. And I don't want him getting that success. So I'm actually going to be rooting, even though I don't like Mendoza too much, to win that match.
Do you think that Patrick Mouratoglou, in some way, shape, or form, or capacity, told Serena Williams that if you don't slim down a bit, I can't continue to
I'm sure he told her that and she didn't like it. I'm sure she did. That. You would have to be stupid not to tell her to slim down. You, as a coach, you could not allow that. As a coach, you could. You know, I have some junior students that I've wanted to say a couple of things to.
We do it in
my own way.
We do it in
my own way, or I tell them, hey, you need to work out the legs a little bit. Or sometimes I won't tell them anything, and I'll say, you know what, let's go running together.
And you do.
And I do it with them just to prove that at my age, if I can do it, then you should do it.
Exactly. And I think that's a big plus of when you coach some of these girls. And I do it the same thing with the boys. A lot of times we'll drill and we'll do the drills with them, if not try to outdo them. So as we can say, if we can do it, you can do it, because we're in our mid 40s. What I think a lot of feedback from our students has how it's kind of transpired over the years is a lot of our students have always said, we've taken lessons from people before, but usually it's some overweight guy with a beer belly feeding us balls, and we kind of laugh at them in our own heads, but we're still respectful about it. And then we just kind of walk through it because we know they couldn't do it and laugh about it. But some of the kids will say it's a joke. Some of the lessons they have taken because it's just some overweight burlap and guy just like anyone else teaching them a lesson. I think what makes a difference is lead by example, right? Lead by example. Don't be the pot-bellied pig as a coach. Be someone that's out there working, and not just teaching the game, protecting your skin, eating the right things, saying the right things. Don't throw your racket. Don't be an asshole. Don't be an osteopathic. Oh, he got bad as shit. Don't be those people. Don't snub the handshake. Osteopathic. Oh, Ostapenko is like the worst sportswoman or sports gentleman, or she's the worst tennis player I swear I've ever seen in terms of sportsmanship. She's the freaking worst. She makes Serena look like an angel. Ostapenko, you suck. Seriously, watching her is just a disgrace, I think. Anyway, but do you agree with Carla? Do you agree with Carla in that you would prefer Halep to lose as to give Patrick Mouratoglou the credit? And I think it's a question you should think about, right? Most of us still watching this video, 19 of us, most of us watch this game. We bleed it up. We wake up. We think about it. As soon as we wake up, wherever we are, we're looking at scores. We're trying to worry. I wake up at 4:30 in the morning. I got Ryan Mason or Robert or Mike Walker. They're right here. Jack Nolte and William Spencer and Jose P. They're like right here. And it's great. So you can't tell me that those of us don't agree with what I'm saying. Seriously, think about that for a moment.
Penko,
right?
Penko. You know what Penko is? Like a dumbass. Like it's now what Alex Fiera, Penko is like, don't we say that in Spanish? Penko, a clown, right? Penko is a clown in Spanish. So Penko, that would make sense, clown. Yeah.
Okay, shifting gears just for a moment. So my father, who by the way, just to give him some credibility, raised me in the game. I was born into it. He's 84 years old and was born into it. His father played as well. And was a collegiate player at the University of California, Riverside in the 1950s. Anyway, he sent a message to us last night, and he comments on these videos, and you'll see his name is William Davis. But, he really doesn't waste a lot of time with his writing. He just tells it how it is and doesn't give a shit what you think and just moves on. And that's okay. I have a lot of admiration for that. But here was a message from last night's show, and this is from a very long-time tennis player, 84 years young. They used to push me to coaching as a kid, string rackets, and do what we're doing today. Okay, so here we go. This is a quote. He says, Major League Baseball attendance. Thank you. All right, quote, Major League Baseball attendance is down. The University of California, Los Angeles, and the University of Southern California are cutting ties with the Pac-12, which is an NCAA football organization, right? College athletes have an effect to become professionals. Chronic diseases are escalating. Autism and Alzheimer's are increasing. IQs are falling. Longevity is falling, how long we live. Okay? Inflation's rising. So too obesity. Osteopathic. Whoa! She should be in the damn WWF circle. Ric Flair. Woo! You got that, girl. Woo! Big girl. Woo! Where'd you come from? Ostapenko 2017 French Open champion. Yeah. Ostapenko 22. Woo! What the hell, girl? Got around it. She's round as hell. Okay, here we go. I'm just calling her out because I can.
Where do you live? In Texas, Alex?
Okay. You ready for this? Okay. Okay. He says, so too obesity. Likewise, diabetes. Income gaps are widening. Church attendance, Ian Halcor, Wayne Chia, church attendance is declining. Poverty is increasing. Many career employment opportunities are vanishing. AI. Walmart, the checkouts, you just got a machine. Anyway, our industrial bases are thinning out. The Surgeon General recently described issues confronting young people as devastating, but maybe These and other ostensibly disruptive and unfavorable trends are misleading, and everything in effect is really hunky-dory. Yeah. Could well be. Shit, could damn well be. Don't believe everything you read, but it could damn well be. Okay. But in the thick of these transitions, for better or for worse, Wimbledon has issued its prestige and venerable tradition to weed out participants based upon where they come from, i.e., Belarusia and Russia. Okay. This just has to be a positive step, a plus for brotherhood and sisterhood, and a beneficent move for the Earth's family of nations. It's gotta be. One way or another, though, special thanks and special kudos to 5K Tennis and the teaching of it, and for sorting out the best and most relevant of it to report only. Okay. Exactly. Bunch of bullshit everywhere. Focus up, stay positive, be kind, because everyone's fighting a tough battle. Otherwise, get lost.
You're not being kind.
I am being kind.
Be kind because everyone's fighting a tough battle.
That's what I'm being kind.
Us Bengal would disagree with you.
I'm being kind because I'm the only person that'll act like a father figure to her, because no one else is telling her that. Okay, okay, Carla, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Is the mother of 5 children of mine. Do you think that any of our oldest children have been successful because I turned my head, gave them a cell phone, and just didn't interfere with their lives?
No, I get that.
They were successful because I told them, your ass better be in better shape. Your ass better be able to lift more weight.
Yeah,
your ass better hit more tennis
I would not allow my kids to get that big.
I did what I had to do.
That would never happen.
Did what I had to do.
And the reason why is because it's not healthy for you. At the long run, it has nothing to do with the looks. It's more like at the end of the day. It's more like at the end of the day, you're going to deal with a lot of medical issues. The bigger you are, the more issues you have. You know, I mean, you want to be a healthy person. You want to live, life to the fullest, I guess.
Right. That's right. So, anyway, it's not that we're being mean.
We need a haircut soon, buddy?
No, we're not going to touch that. I'll deal with that. Do not look. I'll deal with that when I have to deal with that. We don't want to cut the hair. But what I'm saying is that sometimes you have to tell someone the way it should be, and you can't worry about what the implications are. If you believe in it and it's a moral and just and a good thing, then tell the person that. Look, you know when I met Carla, by the way, I met Carla in 2011, correct? 2010. Somewhere in there.
2011.
Carla and I met because she was trying to get her coaching certificate, and I had that coaching certificate. So she contacted me as a way to try to understand what was expected of her and to kind of role play those things, right? Carla met me, and we played a couple of sets the very first time we met. Hold on, you got a dreadlock right here, bro. Hold on, it's a nappy dread. I want to love you and treat you right.
Say hi to Mimi.
Okay, you're good, buddy. But do you know what Carla told me? Carla gave me 3 words when we first met, and we met just to go over curriculum. Look, we met to just go over curriculum, right?
Just say hi.
But do you know what Carla told me after she destroyed me in the first set that we played, and the first competitive set I had played in probably 10 years prior to that? What did you say, Carla? "Quote unquote, you are rusty." All I'm saying is Carla destroyed me in a set. This is like 11 years ago, and I was very confident, and she thumped me off the court. Now, granted, she was playing sets all the time, which I didn't know until after the fact, and I was, feeding balls and coaching, whatever. But she came up to the net to shake my hand at the net like this, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to give her a kiss, give her a hug, squeeze that boo-boo. But no, it didn't even happen that way. I was like, let me talk to that, man. Let me talk to that booty, man. Looking good. And she was like, whoa, you're rusty, bro. And I'm like, huh? Yeah. Told me I was rusty.
All right.
Okay. By the way, Mike Walker out there.
You'll text her later.
So Mike Walker had taken a bet, which I thought was really, really good, with Frances Tiafoe winning Wimbledon at really crazy odds.
I mean,
Okay?
he should have won. He should have won. I really feel like he should have won, but he messed up.
Agreed.
He had
Agreed.
his chances.
He had a lot of chances. Now, here's another a bet that is interesting. Okay, I'm not going to take it. I've already lost my allotted money. Carlo will kill me. I've already lost my allotted money for this tournament. We'll do another one for the U.S. Open, though. But Nick Kyrgios is minus 340 over Nakashima. He's a huge favorite. So, in other words, if you want to win $100 on Nick Kyrgios to win the match against Nakashima, you got to bet $340 to do so. Okay. Would it be possible that Nakashima is calm, cool, collected enough, and as good as a defensive player, not in execution, but is in mindset? And Nakashima is very defensive, like the dog. He can run it down all day long, right? Do you think that maybe it would be in someone's best interest if Mike Walker's going to take a plus 10,000 bet with Tiafoe, that someone might not want to take some similar odds with Nakashima?
I wouldn't be surprised if Nakashima beats Nick. Reason why is because he was all hyped up for that match.
Yeah, and he's calm and collected.
Sometimes when you're all hyped up the next match, it's like you don't play the same way. So, it could be a battle.
Yeah, and then Nick Kyrgios, again, Nick Kyrgios, I do have some empathy for. And I say empathy because and I think, Carlette, some way, shape, or form in your life that you have some empathy for as well, because you've been through some shit.
I've listened to his interview, and honestly, I mean, he's an idiot because of what he does on the tennis court, but he's really not a stupid guy, even though he says like a million times.
Yeah, he's not.
I mean, he's really not a stupid guy. I mean, you can kind of like him if you keep listening to him. What he says is kind of right. I wish he just was a better role model for the kids out there.
Do you think he's becoming a better role model, or do you think this tournament he's been a little bit better outside of telling the truth about Sissy and his little sissy?
He told the truth about Sissy Pass. There's a reason why we haven't seen him win a Grand Slam. He's got it right. It's all mental.
And by the way, watching Djokovic today against Ludwig van Beethoven or whatever. Same difference. Beethoven was trying to paint a classical masterpiece. He put together a good second set, but ultimately Djokovic was just too steady. Did you see the times throughout that match that Djokovic is returning? And I don't mean like he's hitting a great ball. He was just able to read. He was able to read the serve to get his racket out there, deflect it, and have the right angular deflection of the racket to get it back to the spot.
Yeah, there were many serves. I mean, that guy.
Yeah, I mean, Djokovic's returning is amazing.
Beethoven is a man, by the way. A man. He is built like a man. He looks like a man. He serves like a man. Unfortunately, he doesn't know how to challenge a call. It was very important for him to challenge the call where he got down 3-0. He would have been fine. After he missed those two calls, those two balls that were in, that would have been 40-15, would have made a difference.
Do you think that maybe should be someone in his box like the rest of the players that are like, hey, challenge that?
Challenge that. They should have been like make a time, challenge it. Yeah. And I felt like after that, it was like all downhill from there, And even Novak knew when to challenge his serve, his ace, then it was 40-love. But I got a new crush. I like Beethoven. But
he's a good player.
Iron Man is still number one as far as tennis crush.
Based upon what you've seen today, is Fusovic better or worse than Ludwig van Beethoven?
I think Beethoven is just hot right now, and then he'd be like Fusovic.
Like Carrot said, people would just figure him out.
Yeah, but I like his backhand. He reminds me of my brother's backhand. He hits it straight.
But the problem.
I love the forehand. I think that Novak did not figure him out the first few sets because his forehand has so much topspin. I told Ryan this. It would bounce and push Novak back where he couldn't hit through the court like he usually does.
Yeah, Ben Fricker, you're right. He did miss a couple of challenges, and they were proven so during the match. It was unfortunate. But at the end of the day, he has the same ability to challenge the same way. It's experience.
It's experience. Michael Walker, I agree with you. I don't understand why Wimbledon has like the U.S. Open automatic line calls. There are so many calls that were missed, and I felt those calls are super important. And mentally, you can get down. He could have been up 40-15, serve 2-1. Things would have been a little more challenging, but I still thought Novak should win it in 4. We knew he would have a hiccup with one set because he didn't know his opponent really well. Just like Carrot said, he didn't know his opponent very well. So, I mean, Starting to become a liability. Yeah, the one-handed backhand is, but you know what? The guy hit a solid. He didn't really have to hit his backhand. His slice was good. It was hurting Novak for a little while.
He's a big boy, but he wanted to come up here, Carla. All right.
You're gonna knock everything.
No, we got him.
He's my mofo, by the way. You behave bad,
He'll coming after you.
he'll come after you.
Not really, not really. He's
gonna come after you, Gossi. I saw your message about me. I'm sorry that your boy Novak is not the GOAT anymor. I get it.
What are you talking about?
Take it personal. I get it. But don't worry, I keep laughing for you since you think my laugh is ugly.
Who?
Gossi said, Carla's laugh is ugly.
Hey, check this out.
Lily said the same thing.
When we first,
Lily, you're gonna be doing a lot of tennis this week.
hey,
No, not recently.
when we first started the show, Carla had someone tell her that she was so bad they wish she was buried in the sand where only her head sticked
It's
out,
all right, Gossi.
and they would pelt their face
That's
with
okay,
rocks.
Gossi. We know that if you,
We've heard this before,
I
bro.
guarantee you want to stay in front of me.
Yeah, we've heard this before, bro. Nothing new, bro. There's
I was
trolls
laughing
around,
at his
right?
comment. I was laughing. I was like, nice.
There's trolls everywhere. It's okay. We've been there. We've done that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought anything was funnier. Not funnier. I was like, really? That human beings say such things that Carla should come to their country so we could bury your head up to the sand where just your head would stick out?
Hi, Jesus. I will send you that the strings.
Oh, we're sending you strings, bro.
I can send it
Yes.
to Mexico. Do you want me to send it now or wait till August? I love the way you write, by the way.
Yeah, you write very well. We're sending you strings. I'm going to send you multiple sets and not just one. I'm going to send you multiple. I got it. Oh, he's big. I don't want to fall because he's like 60 pounds of heaviness. Okay.
Go on, Speed Halep. I like Ons Jabeur. I do like Ons Jabeur. I hope she makes it to the final. I think she will.
Okay.
I like her feistiness too.
By the way, does anyone care about this record? You might, and you may not. But John Isner, the man from Georgia that played college tennis at Georgia, the big John, just overtook Ivo Karlovic as the all-time ace leader. That means if you don't follow the game in a way, ace is, hey, I serve the ball, you don't touch it, not even get a racket on it, a clean ace. John Isner overtook Ivo Karlovic as the all-time ace leader with 13,748 aces. Now, by the way, I had to go back and look up Karlovic's record, and I think Isner had eclipsed that before I looked this up. But Ivo Karlovic was at 13,718 or 28. So by the time I looked this up, Isner had eclipsed that by like 20. Okay.
What I told him is like, does it really matter? Did he win? Is that what I want to be known for? The most aces? Don't really care.
Yeah, Roger Federer was in third place, but yet he was still 2,000 aces behind. So what does it tell you? Serve bots and their domination of that stat doesn't really mean a shit when it comes time to winning majors, because Isner has settled and Roger has 20.
Cindy says, hi, aloha from Hawaii. Never been there.
Good, welcome. Thank you very much.
We've never been there, not to Hawaii.
One of my favorite movies of all time is Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase. And during the movie, Chevy Chase is looking through a window on a Christmas night because he's waiting on his Christmas bonus. And then this girl jumps in the pool and he goes, Aki kaliki laka is the one way to say Merry Christmas to you. That's my favorite line. Do you remember this?
Oh, baby, we're doing a show now. Do it later. Come on. I love you.
You make us watch it every Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas Vacation. Yes, we watch it every Christmas. I like the girl with the Hawaiian make, Nikki Laka.
Ben Berger said Isner also has the record of playing the longest boring match in tennis.
Exactly. Isner also holds the record of the reason why Wimbledon shifted to a tiebreaker in the fifth set in the first place. You can further that up with Anderson or was it Anderson and Isner? I forget.
Both are boring.
3 players conspired to ruin Wimbledon.
Jose P said, does Isner have the fastest serve ever?
It's possible.
I don't know.
I don't think it
We saw
matters.
the Venus match.
I don't think it
The
matters.
Venus
by the
Murray
way.
match. It was good. It was a good match. It was really fun to watch. Murray, match point. He messed up the volley, but that's okay. They played a tough team. Don't you have videos of Venus? Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm falling asleep talking about Isner.
Oh, we haven't talked about you were so excited about Venus.
Yeah, we are going to talk about Venus. I have some video clips of Venus. Okay, by the way, to squash this page, just so I can throw it out so I can know we're moving forward. Buskova. Buskova today Buskova took out Caroline Garcia. Does Buskova have any chance of winning this tournament?
No.
Why?
I was bored with the match, to be honest. He's like, this is a good match. I'm like, any of these two girls are about similar in game styles. I said, this is, I mean, good for Buskova. I mean, good for her. But I didn't enjoy that match. I mean, I was bored with that match.
Okay, next thing, and I wanted to give a shout out to this young lady. There's a young lady, and her name is Angela, A-N-G as in golf, A-N-G-E-L-L-A, Okutoye, O-K-U-T-O-Y-E. She's a Kenyan girl. I mentioned because they made junior from Kenya. Carla and I did have some over the past couple of years with a couple of very small kind of Kenyan, what was it? The Kenyan tennis, whatever. Anyway.
Why does it look dark and everything? Did we miss one light?
No, I think we're pretty. Oh, we did.
Didn't you get that light, Lily?
I got it.
I'm looking at a whole bunch of shadows. I'm like, why is there so many shadows?
You got it, man. You got it. Thank you, man. That's why you're a beast. Boom.
Not that helped much.
Okay. So by the way, to finish this off, Carla and I saw this story this morning. This young girl, Angela Okutoye, was a product of an orphanage in Kenya. She's 18 years old, was born on January the 29th, 2004. She's only the second Kenyan ever to make a junior Grand Slam draw. She has an overall record of 3-6. She is ranked currently 1,548 in the world and has played all junior majors at this point except for the U.S. Open. She has won a total of $1,324 in prize money. She is the first Kenyan woman. She is the first Kenyan woman to have ever won a match at a junior major. Let's go! Come on, girl. She's training right now in Morocco. Good for her. And what we have always said, Carla and I, the both of us, that we have continents, Europe and Antarctica and blah, 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 blah. There are a couple of continents that don't have a major. Okay. We should definitely have one in Africa, and we should definitely figure out for the penguins a way to play in Antarctica. But I don't think is there penguins in Antarctica, or is it just up north? That's a good poll question. Are there penguins in Antarctica? Is it?
Yes, there are.
There are Antarctic penguins? I thought it was just in the North Pole.
No, they don't live in the North Pole.
Okay, so no penguins in the North, and there is penguins in the South?
Yes.
No, I think you're wrong.
Yeah, that's a long way to go.
Yen Halcourt, are there penguins in the North Pole? He's the science
She loves
checker.
penguins, so
I'm pretty sure. Okay.
Yeah,
polar
she's not
bears,
loving
okay.
them enough.
This is why
The Transformers live in the South Pole, Yen Halcourt. The Transformers are in the South Pole.
Mostly in Patagonia, he said.
Did Yen Halcourt answer that?
No, Jesus.
Okay, well, he's even better. Not really. They're tied for first.
Jesus very smart, by the way.
Okay.
Ha!
Okay, well, good. We got it. There you go. But, you gotta love the penguins. Happy Feet in tennis. Do you know the movie with the penguins, Happy Feet? You know, have you guys ever heard of the movie Happy Feet?
Of course.
We use metaphors coaching about footwork.
I don't.
Happy Feet. Happy Feet. Happy Feet.
Jose P says India is the underrepresented in tennis, surprisingly. I can tell you why, Jose P. Indian players are very, very, very smart. But I think their diet, and don't take this the wrong, I think their diet has a lot to do with it.
Not enough protein?
Many of them are vegans, and they just can't withstand sometimes the long matches, the stamina, all of that. I mean, I played against many.
Let's go, girl.
Trained many, and I've noticed that they all have that little problem right there. Michael Walker says Justin majors have been around hundreds of years. You can't just put one in Africa or South America.
Well, I mean, I think that was, kind of. It just doesn't. I understand that, and you're right. But when you realize that how many people are playing the game of tennis globally, and you realize how many people are on this one huge continent with many, many, many countries, it's like, why can't we give them one? I don't know.
Cindy says my husband said that the Serena Tan match was a prohibition thing.
Interesting comment.
Yeah. Anisimova is still in.
Yeah, and
Cindy.
Cindy 808 asked me a question. And by the way, Cindy 808, thank you for the comment. But Carla,
She is in the quarters.
yes, Carla chose before this tournament started for Anisimova to win this tournament. You chose Anisimova to beat who in the final? Jabeur. So Carla, before the tournament started, picked, and I have it written anyway, or watched the video. But Carla selected Anisimova to beat Jabeur in the final. You've had a really good tournament, by the way. Usually you're the best at the U.S. Open in French, and then the Australian Open is a toss-up. And usually I do really well in Wimbledon, but this.
Hey, what's up, dumbass?
Who?
There's Cassie.
Who?
Bashvili would bash Carla's legs.
Let's go.
I'm sorry you're sad. I know you're a Novak fan. I truly feel bad for you. I'm sorry, Cassie. I'm sorry that I know you that much, but he's the man for now. So suck it up, Buttercup.
All right, Carla, by the way, predicted Alice Cornet before the tournament started. She predicted Alice Cornet to beat Iga Swiatek. You predicted that. Alice Cornet matches her personal best of making it to the fourth round, something she has not done except for in 2014. She faces Anna Tomljanovic next, right?
I had her in my fantasy.
So my question is to all of you is can Alice Cornet actually make the semifinals? So she's made the fourth round before. In the fourth round, she would potentially meet one of the two. Petra Martic or Rybakina. Rybakina has always been known to me, but now I know I'm corrected. It's Rybakina, I guess. Rybakina, whatever. Rybakina sounds better than Rybakina. Rybakina sounds like Chewbacca. And Rybakina sounds like a happy, pleasant young girl. So if you say Rybakina, you're like the evil. And if you say Rybakina, you're like the happy one. Anyway, I'll stick with the happy one. Anyway, but can she finally make the semifinals, right? And let me tell you who she could potentially meet in the semis. Okay, Paula Badosa, Simona Halep, Amanda Anisimova, and Harmony, the sellout tan, that district doubles partner, because her ass didn't want to put any more blood, sweat, and tears than she already had. I hope Tan loses first. I hope Badosa loses second, and I hope that Halep and Anisimova plot on along, because that's who deserves it.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Rybakina or Rybakina, she's good on grass. Yeah, I can see her doing well.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this girl that played, this other German girl.
Nemier. She's a big girl too.
She is a Viking.
She's a Viking.
She's a tall. At first I thought she was big, and then I was like, no, she's not. She's just a big, big woman.
She's a Viking.
Like Sabine Lisicki, but not with the same.
Yeah, but Sabalenka's bony with no calves.
Not Sabalenka, I mean Sabine Lisicki. She was a big woman as well, but her legs were in better shape.
Yeah, and Lisicki was shorter.
She was about 6. Wasn't she 6 feet?
We follow a YouTube channel, Sabine Lisicki fans. They do a great job. Sabine Lisicki, to me, look, Carla,
Sabine Lisicki.
like 5'5" or 5'6".
No way.
Carla is built like Sabine Lisicki.
No way.
You know,
she is taller than that.
You know, Sabine Lisicki was my
She's
girlfriend.
5'10".
Sabine Lisicki 5'10".
Where did you get that? You're thinking about somebody else.
Damn, girl. What's
and then what's this other girl's name?
Let's go, Sabine.
What's this other girl's name that won today?
Who did?
She seemed like she was tall.
Oh, Nemier. What's her name? Jules Nemier.
She seemed like a tall girl.
Nemier.
Let me see.
She's a big one.
She's a big woman.
She's a big one. Let's go.
She is. Where's her height? They don't even have her on Wikipedia.
Well, she'll be on here now.
Let's see. Here we go. I'm gonna have to click on her info. She is 5'10".
There you go.
That's how. When I saw her, I'm like Lisicki. I was like,
But Lisicki was way more ripped up than her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure, no doubt.
Gassi, I think that he's supposed to. Don't you think he's a guy? He's supposed to bash man. His legs are pretty thick.
Lisicki, let's go. Okay, David Goffin today takes out Francis Tiafoe. Sorry, Mike Walker.
No.
By the way, lest we not forget that David Goffin was in the past top 10 in the world, number 7 to be exact. This is his 38th Grand Slam appearance. 38, 38. His issue is there's been injuries abound. Whether you can name more parts of his body that have not been injured than you can that had. Okay, or excuse me, vice versa. He's 31 years old now. I know the feeling. I've been one of those injury-plagued players my entire playing career. Sprained ankles. You know, he's a Belgian player. Currently, he's number 71 in the world, and he's in the quarterfinals. quarterfinals at every single major except the U.S. Open, where he has made the fourth round 4 years in a row. 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. He also won the ATP finals in 2017. Don't laugh about it. In the final, he beat Gregor Baby Federer Dimitrov. I think we kind of laughed about that, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
We're like, what? Dimitrov? The ATP finals is an exhibition. Why do I give a shit if he beat Dimitrov? Anyway, whatever. Okay. David Goffin has played in 9 Australian Opens, 11 Roland Garros, 7 Wimbledons, 10 U.S. Opens. Time is ticking, though, Carla. Time is ticking for David.
Right? How old is he?
Time is ticking. David Goffin right now. I wrote it. I just said it. Blah, blah, blah. Maybe I didn't.
31.
Okay.
You say he's 31.
David Goffin is in the 30s, though. Time is ticking. How much more time does he have? He should have a better chance to win a major than Federer, right? Who do you think has a better chance of winning a major until Federer retires? Goffin or Federer? That's what I'm saying.
I'll be real with you.
Goffin.
Federer.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think right now, if both of them took a run and
Goffin and Norrie are going to be very similar in match. Goffin almost lost today. You know, Tiafoe didn't capitalize. I feel like Goffin and Norrie is about the same. Yeah, he's good, but he's a lightweight. You know, he doesn't have that boom. You need that boom in men's tennis.
I agree with you. Okay, next
I'm
up.
sorry about your Spanish boy, Cindy, but he has to learn how to play on grass.
Okay, next up, Caroline Wozniacki has been commentating throughout this tournament. I think Carla and I agree. She has done great commentary, but her voice is a little tired sounding, a little raspy, a little mundane, a little kind of the same run of the mill. But Carla indicated that, you know, she has a family, she's pregnant, whatever, and it takes a lot out of you.
Especially, I said to him, you know, didn't she have a little girl? I think her first child was a little girl. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know when you have a boy, they suck the life out of you when you're pregnant with them.
Really?
They do. When I was pregnant with my girls, I felt very beautiful. I looked very beautiful. I was glowing. I ate great things, fruits, you know, everything was sweet. She's pregnant with a second child, yes. When I was pregnant with my boys, all 3, they sucked the life out of me. I looked terrible. My husband didn't even want to be near me.
What?
Just saying. Like when I was pregnant with Justin, you didn't even look at me.
No, go.
I look awful. I looked awful. I looked tired.
There's only.
And that is normal. Boys do that to you. They do. I look at pictures and I can see that. Where I can see the difference between girls and boys when you're pregnant with them. You can see it. You're glowing with the girls. I mean, you look gorgeous. People tell you that with boys. It's like, ooh.
Anytime I see Carla, whether she's pregnant or not, only tap that on the floor, tap that on the floor, tap that.
Justin, when I was pregnant with Gabby,
Tell the truth.
everything was like,
Tap that.
you know, everything was, oh, princessy. But when I was pregnant with Justin, it was like,
tap that.
That's so stupid.
Not really. The truth be told in the play.
I'm guessing she's having a boy. She looks very tired. She looks much older. I'm guessing she's having a boy.
All right. Well, it's great to see Wozniacki, but her commentary, which it was really good, but it just her elevation and pitch is kind of monotone.
She's probably tired. She's pregnant. I told Justin, being pregnant is like being on your menstrual cycle every single day.
And why don't women play 3 out of 5 sets?
Because of that.
It's if someone's dealing with that,
your hormones, everything, and that's in pregnancy.
And respectively so.
And pregnancy even worse.
And respectively so. All right, next, Jannik Sinner. Jannik Sinner, by the way, Jannik Sinner, Carla has for the longest time nicknamed Jannik Sinner Baby Berdych. When Jannik Sinner was going through the cheesy ass next gen bullshit, which is still cheesy to this very day, hence why they don't have it. But Carla used to indicate that Jannik Sinner, you would say, I think something like, oh my gosh, OMG, I have never seen anything so comparable. A young Jannik Sinner to a young Thomas Berdych, from the baseball cap to the size to the build to the game. Carla, do you think that Jannik Sinner is a baby Berdych, and do you think that because Berdych is one of the best players to have never won a major outside of, say, David Ferrer, do you think that a Jannik Sinner will be just like his older brother Thomas Berdych in that he will never win a major?
I don't think he'll be like Thomas Berdych. I think he's still growing into his body.
Okay.
You know, Your mom says she can't hear us. Can you, rest of you guys hear us? Can you hear us?
We would know if they could
We can
hear
hear
us.
you. Yeah. You might have to turn off your phone and
We would know that.
I feel like he's still growing into his body. I saw his legs. He could still work on his legs, but he is 19 years old. I feel like this kid could be really good. We used to talk about him before, and then we forgot about him. But I feel like, he will definitely win. He could win a slam for sure. He has the game for it. I feel like Alcaraz and Sinner will be competing against each other a lot.
Yeah, I wrote a couple of comments here when this match started. Carla, these are quotes from Carla. She didn't know I was writing it. I just heard her talking in the background, mainly to our daughter Lily. Anyway, I quote this from Carla. Quote, "We forget that Jannik Sinner is Alcaraz's age." Another quote, "We forget about him. We forget about tennis players quickly." Another quote, why is it that we forgot about Sinner when Alcaraz is the same age? Let's say another one. Carla said, "No way Alcaraz wins the U.S. Open. A veteran will win the U.S. Open." Carla seems to think that only a veteran will win the U.S. Open.
This U.S. Open. I'm not saying that Alcaraz will never win. I'm just saying he's not ready to win a slam yet.
Please explain why at the U.S.
You
Open.
You don't need to look at your camp every second when you win a point. You just don't need to. When you are playing tennis and you know your strokes, you know what you're doing out there, you know you want a point, why do you need to keep looking at them for reassurance? As a tennis player, you should be confident. If you know you're that good, be confident. Don't look at them. After it's like every point he keeps, that's what I don't like about him. Carla said she would ask Nora, "Why are you so boring?" He is boring. He is so boring. I can't stand watching Nora. And the haircut's boring, by the way. The big lips. Thank you, Alex Krier. My daughter said it. He won the third set. He's like, I'm like, what is that? I'm like, chill out, dude. I mean, I get it, but I'm sorry. I think that he is not ready to win the U.S. Open. I feel like there are better players than him with more experience. Does he have all the tools? Absolutely, but it's not his time to win a slam. So I'm sorry, Michael Walker. Your boy is going to have to wait another year. I feel like the veterans could still beat him and still do more damage. I feel like the U.S. Open, it will definitely be a veteran who wins. Jesus Cruz says, "Yeah, agree. Nori is not that fun to me." I tried to watch this match. We went to the grocery store today. We went to our supermarket. We went to Mississippi today. And I put it on. And I really tried to watch Tommy Cole, which bored me too. And watch Nori play. And I couldn't do it. So I had to change. I had to put Ostapenko instead. I could not watch that. Jesus says from spring. Okay, let's see. Nori's not even British. Lily, come sit here because your dad takes a lot of breaks.
Where is he from? South Africa?
He's from South Africa. He does have some huge ass lips. Sit down with me since my daughter's gonna substitute for Justin since he gets up a lot. You can never take Justin to a movie theater, by the way.
Why can't I take you to a movie theater?
Because he gets up a million times. It's annoying.
All right. Okay. We're gonna speak a moment just about Venus Williams, and I hate to bring this up because we're talking singles, but for a moment, I want to talk about mixed doubles. Just for a moment.
It was fun.
Carl and I love to play mixed doubles together, and I don't want to bore you with our personal life because no one really cares. We understood that the first year we did the show, we talked about our matches and filmed them, and everybody was like, "We don't give a shit." But anyway, we were watching Jamie Murray play mixed doubles today with Venus Williams. They lost the match. However, there were some moments in that match that we were able to record, and I want to show them to you about the type of champion that Venus Williams is. Okay. Now, by the way, before we start the Venus Williams clips, I do want to say one last thing about the Alcaraz match with Sinner. Alcaraz is Nadal-ified. Nadal is Nadal. Nadal is what he is. Dull as shit. Nadal. Instead of Nadal, it's Nadal. You're dull as shit, bro. And furthermore, Nadal always has this pre-service routine where he wipes his hair, he picks his ass, he gets shit finger and all this stuff. Okay. We know that Carlos Alcaraz does not have long hair, but yet he still does a pre-service routine where his fingers actually move hair that he does not have from his head. Okay. Now let me show you a video of Carlos Starboy Alcaraz that is just doing nothing but Nadaling himself. Okay, you ready for this, guys? Are you ready for this? Because this is pretty freaking hilarious, honestly. Here is Carlos Alcaraz. I gotta find this now. Jamie Murray. Where's the damn Alcaraz? But he's oh, is this it? All right, here we go.
Here it comes. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for
Eyebrow,
it. Oh.
hair. Oh shit! Did you see that? Did you see that? He just reached up like he had hair in his face like mine and was like, man, I can't move it. But he has none. This is Nadalified. He has spent so many years watching Nadal.
Here it comes. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Eyebrow.
Wait for
Hair
it.
you don't have.
Oh!
What? What? Can I show you that one more time? That's hilarious. He has no hair there, but he's pulling it Nadalified.
Here it comes. Wait for it. Wait for it.
That's it.
Wait for it. Oh!
Did you see that? Did you see that?
You know, it's like when Federer used to do the thing, but he had the headband.
But he had the hair.
Djokovic is famous for like when he's pissed and he's about to win a point, he goes, his nose goes, because he's got a long nose, he goes, it's like it gets tight up here, his nostrils, and you know, oh, he's in serious business.
Okay, now moving forward, I do want to point out the worst screech or grunt we have heard this entire freaking tournament. Okay?
We're having fun with this, Trouble Mike.
The entire
Don't take
tournament.
it so serious, Trouble Mike. You should know this by now.
Yeah, it's okay.
Come on, we're just having fun.
Okay, if he hasn't figured it out by now,
We are just having
now my
fun.
mind's troubled.
We are just
Okay,
having fun.
by the way, one of the worst things today we saw was the hideous grunt of Venus Williams. Now, you all know I think Venus Williams is a GOAT. I think she's one of the greatest of all time. I love her. So anybody that's just tuning into this for the first time, if you think I'm hating on Venus Williams, I'm definitely not. Okay, she is a GOAT to me. But Venus Williams today played at mixed doubles again, and she grunted worse, the best of them in all of human history. Are you ready for this one? Are you guys ready? Venus Williams at her best. Let's go.
One of the worst that we've heard in a long time. So here we go with this really quite hideous grunt. All right, you guys ready? Listen.
What is that? That sounds like a goat or donkey.
Wow. Grunt.
I gotta play that shit again, man. This sounds like a ninja that's getting its arm cut off.
Like a goat back.
All right, let's do this again. Let's do this ninja shit again. Okay, you ready?
All right, this is gonna be a terrible grunt, one of the worst that we've heard in a long time. So here we go with this really quite hideous grunt. All right, you guys ready? Listen.
It sounds like something that's like a donkey playing.
Wow.
She's my age, Michael Walker. When I met Venus Williams,
Shit, man.
like when I was
That's really bad.
13, she was arrogant, and Serena talked to everyone at that Reebok camp.
Oh my god.
When I met her again at her house several times, she was very rude. Like you didn't exist, whereas Serena would talk to you. Then I remember going to the Rick Macy's Academy, watching Serena play when she wasn't yet a pro yet officially. She was playing like number 80 in the world. And I remember that I needed a ride back, to where my coach's house was. And Serena gave me a ride. Venus was very stuck up. She just wouldn't talk to you. Serena, she had a long conversation with me as we were sitting in the car and blah, 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 blah. Very sweet. I think the roles may be reversed because Serena won a lot of slams and she is
Mom, I think you're
the GOAT.
because you know Serena.
But she's the GOAT because, she can be that way. And I think Serena kind of came down to earth and realized that she needs to be nice.
Okay.
Venus.
Now-
Because
now-
Venus was not like that before. She
now-
was definitely not like that.
Now, on the flip side of Venus's abhorrent grunt and screech, this mixed doubles tournament, I did want to show you a couple videos of her
It was a great match.
being the champion that she is. Okay.
Definitely great match.
So I'm going to show you. We showed one of the hideous grunt or screech, but this is going to be what we love about Venus Williams. Okay. So here we go. We're going to show you some facial expressions of why she is still in it to win it, and maybe why Serena is not. All right, here we go. So I'll hit play on this one. Okay.
Ready to go.
Whoops, sorry. I didn't start it right, but let me show you it again. Oh.
Here's the look of someone that wants to win, right? Look at Venus. She gets her towel. She's playing doubles with Jamie Murray.
And
Watch her
wearing
face.
fake eyelashes.
Ready to go.
Yeah, so she's like, what's up? Let's go. She's engaged. And let me show you another one or two. Here we goes another one.
You got to check out this point here. So Murray serving.
That's not Murray serving.
Watch Venus up to the top right. Fixing to go cross court to cross court. His forehand, her backhand, she takes it up the line.
You can't see it. Hey, I'm wasting your time. But at that point was an important point. It was third set tiebreaker, and it was an incredible tiebreaker. It was like 13-13 in the tiebreaker. And everybody's moving, and Venus Williams painted a ball up the line. It was like, let's go. I love Venus. She's awesome. Forgive us for our childish setup. You know, we don't have, I don't even know how to do all this paste and stuff, and does it matter? But anyway, the moral of the story is we were trying to show how bad Venus Williams' hideous grunt was, but at the same time, how much of a goat that she is. I think that was the moral of the story. Venus Williams and Jamie lost that match, but nonetheless, it was one of the best mixed doubles matches we'd ever seen. And by the way, for all of you that are playing our mixed doubles tournament, Carla and I have a mixed doubles tournament coming up at our club at Mirror Lake Racket Club in Mobile, Alabama on July 15th through 17th. We have entertainment, food truck, DJ, karaoke, keg, bring BYOB, and I can't wait for that. Mixed doubles tournaments are always amazing, and I can't wait. Okay, Yannick Sinner being Burditch Jr. Do you all agree or disagree?
Yeah, he looks like him.
Okay.
He will develop. He will develop into his body. He's still very young.
Yeah. Did we all forget about Yannick Sinner? Did we forget about him?
We kind of forgot about him because Alcaraz came along. But these two guys will definitely compete against each other. You know, it'll be good. It will be a good match, good rivalry. They're younger than Zverev, Tsitsipas, Medvedev, and all of them. This will be your next guys.
Yeah, I think we tend to forget about people sometimes because people come and go very quickly, and we tend to forget second place. There's no room for second place, right? Mm-hmm. Yannick Sinner has been there, but yet when he beats Alcaraz, who's been the forefront of our tennis propaganda for the past few months, now that Sinner wins, they're still not talking about him. They're still just talking about why Alcaraz lost. Why is this? Is it that Sinner can't sell tickets? Is that we've seen a lot of Sinners
I think
before?
that,
what is it?
I think that when you see Alcaraz, people are like, oh, the next Nadal. Oh, he's Spaniard. Oh, he's tan. He's, different. Oh, he's got, his coach and blah, blah, blah. Whereas Yannick Sinner, you look at him, he looks like a dorky kid.
Yep. And by the way, Yannick Sinner is the youngest men's player since 2014, to get into the quarterfinals of Wimbledon since Nick Kyrgios. Okay, Nick Kyrgios was 19. Yannick Sinner, we tend to forget, Nick Kyrgios has been playing for a little while. We get so lured into his antics, and we forget that Nick Kyrgios was once in the same spot, right? We forget that so many players who are in this next generation cheesy-ass bullshit thing. Who are all the players in the next-gen cheesiness that we still have to puke when we think about?
Yeah, but I like the fact that these guys, here we are, we're expecting Tsitsipas, Zverev, and all of them to win a slam, which they haven't done yet. Medvedev is like late 20s now. You know what I mean? I think he's in his late 20s, 25, 26.
Yeah.
That's late 20s. Here you have the 19-year-olds. I'm not saying that I don't think we will see another Novak, another Nadal, and another Federer in a long, long, long time.
A very long time.
Alcaraz is not it. Sinner is definitely not it. They are not your next goats. We will not see that for a long, long time.
Yeah, and
I'm just saying that these are the guys we're gonna see once Djokovic and Nadal finally retire, because they're 19. We're gonna see them when they're 20, 21, win a slam here, win a slam there, somebody else win a slam. But they definitely will never be the type of player that Nadal, Djokovic, or Federer.
If you took the top 100 players out of the equation and left the likes of Zverev, Rublev, Medvedev, Berrettini, they're not even that great in our opinion.
Same thing with Serena. But we will not see that in a long,
don't you think that there's a disparity between even the top 3 or 4 now and then the rest, knowing that the top 3 or 4 aren't even that great currently? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like if you took the top 20 out of the top 20 and only kept Zverev healthy, not injured, Rublev, Medvedev, and took are Berrettini, Medvedev, and Zverev that much better than even the rest of them?
No, they're not. I don't think they're better than Alcaraz and Sinner. They're pretty similar. What they
Okay, fair
have is more experience.
Good enough.
They got more years on the tour. That's what they have.
Yeah.
More matches against the big guys. That's what they have. But no, they're not level for level. No, they can lose anytime.
A couple quick statistics about Novak, the Djokovic. The Djokovic. By the way, speaking of Djokovic, when Carlos Alcaraz was playing, Carla was walking around the house. Not me, her for once. She was walking around the house, actually trying to mimic a sheep. She was going, bah, bah. She said
that's what he sounds like.
She said that Carlos Alcaraz's grunt sounded like a sheep, like he would hit the ball. That's
exactly what he sounded like.
Or the
yeah.
Okay, even my daughter's in on this one. Okay, but Novak the Djokovic, Novak the Djokovic, playing Ludwig van Beethoven today. Before the match started, I wrote a couple stats, so I'm just going to let it out there. Ludwig van Beethoven was 2-0 prior to this match, playing top 10. Okay, Van Beethoven has a one-handed backhand. Alas, the backwards ball cap. Why, if you're playing indoors on center court, you have a backwards ball cap? Is it like a cool thing?
It's to hold your hair back.
What's the point of the backwards ball cap?
To hold your hair back. You don't want to wear a headband.
But by the way, Nick Kyrgios looks stupid with his backward ball cap flipped up. This is Nick Kyrgios. Hey, I'm like the fucking guy from Little Rascals with the propeller. Nick Kyrgios needed a damn prop. Here, I'm Nick Kyrgios. Yeah, let me do this. Look at all those damn bicycle riders riding the Tour de France looking like a bitch. Stick that hat up your ass. Here's Nick Kyrgios. Hi, well, like I just really played like he did really. He needs some serious issues, Mike. I don't know, but I didn't even bully him at all. But my backwards cap is sticking off here, and I really just hope he plays well. Anyway, okay, Van Rithoven, by the way, had a little shot at getting warmed up in the second set when he won the second set. But the Djokovic shut that down. Carla said, though, for the first time ever, this match was just ending. We were just about to start the show. And you know what Carla said about Novak Djokovic? Quote, unquote. I'm breaking the news right here. Carla said this: Djokovic is a man. Djokovic is a man. Did you not say that?
Yeah, I like men.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care that you're skinny or big, but certain men carry themselves as men. They look like you could feel they're men. You know, like you could tell, like if they grab you, they would be a man.
So do I grab you like a man?
Yes.
I do.
So, you know, it doesn't matter how big or muscular, but some guys you could just feel it. Like they are really a man. So I said to him, you know, if I was with Djokovic and I was at war, he would be my warrior. I said, if I was with Federer, he would be my peacemaker because he can talk all that shit. And if I was Nadal, he would be my strategy guy.
Let's go.
And that's how I have him.
I'm sure Michael Jumon.
I categorize them.
Mike Jumon out there, if you're out there, we love you, Mike Jumon. But Mike Jumon would be like, let's go. Go, he's a man.
Yeah, you can tell he's a man. Yeah.
Djokovic is a ass man.
But what's up with his wife's crib? That's like 80-ish. No, Murray, I would not take to war with me. He would cry too much. Hell no. I would not take Murray.
There you go.
No.
There you go.
No.
Carla said for the first time in like 4 years of doing the show and many, like 10 years before even hitting play.
Hell no.
Carla said for the first time, and didn't even know I was taking notes. I wrote it here. I had to like hide and write it. She was like, Djokovic is a man. Yes.
Murray whines too much.
Yes.
He whines too much. I couldn't take him.
I
would help him out. I would have to be the man there, you know?
Yeah, by the way, Novak Djokovic.
No, I wouldn't send him to the front line. What I mean is if we were going to war, battle to battle, that's the person I want next to me.
Who?
Djokovic.
Yeah, you want
to fight because we would fight to death.
Yeah.
And Federer would be there like negotiating for me, you know? because he can piece made. You can put the glasses on with his swab.
And Nadal would be on the front
And
lines.
Nadal would be my strategy guy.
Yeah, he'd
Because
be on
he
the front
plays
line.
both sides.
Yeah,
You know?
he'd be on the front line.
He would be my strategy. But I would take Novak with me to fight.
Yeah.
Andy Murray is just, no, I can't. No.
So when the Djokovic Ludwig van Beethoven match started, there's quite a few people that tended to try to clickbait everyone to believing it would be a great match. Sometimes I think Djokovic is a Christmas present. Look, Novak Djokovic has played Rafael Nadal 59 times. 59. Cinco nueve, right? Novak Djokovic has played Roger Federer 50 times. 50. Are you telling me that are you telling me that Novak Djokovic is supposed to get rattled when he meets Ludwig van Beethoven for the first time? A 24-year-old that at his age, Novak Djokovic had probably won already multiple majors. Mm-hmm. Stephanie says Murray. So what Murray would do, because he would probably have to flat hat on like this. He'd be like this. Yeah, I felt like I played so good today. And I hit the forehand on the line, and I felt so good. But I felt bad, and just feel like I gotta play.
Yeah, I couldn't take him to war with me. He would complain too much. Complained way too much.
Exactly.
And Nick is just a wuss at the end of the day. He acts so tough, but he wouldn't stick around.
Okay, ending the show with a couple of things. This has been the first Middle Sunday besides 4 years in the past 100 years. Congratulations to the All England Club, SW19, Wimbledon, to allow us to have a Middle Sunday for only a fifth time in a lot of years. Tomorrow's matches. Let's go. Let's call them out. Cornet versus Tomjanovic. Who you got, Carla?
Tough match. I picked Tomjanovic on my women's thing. So
you picked both of them, didn't you?
Yeah, but I'm going to go with Tomjanovic on that one.
I'm going to take Cornet on that. I would take that one to the bank.
Tomjanovic, I think.
Take Cornet plus or minus the action. You'll be up. Okay, Rabakin and Martic.
Toss-up.
A true toss-up. Don't take the action. Badosa and Halep.
I'm going to pick Badosa because I want her to beat her because of Patrick. But Halep should win.
Halep will win.
Halep should win that
Halep
match.
will win.
Should win.
Take the action on that, no matter what the action is. Take Halep plus or minus. You'll be all right.
She should win.
Amanda Anisimova against Harmony, the backstep and double player stand. Taking Anisimova over. Han's going to get a card dealt with her, but be careful, Amanda, about the trickiness of Harmony 10. She's a slicer and dicer and a carver like a Flipkins. Be careful because she'll cause you fits. Just hit through the ball, take the ball early. Watch out for unforced errors. Start playing deep and down the middle instead of painting lines. You should be all right too. Okay, on the men's side, we know Djokovic went through. On the men's side, Christian Guerin and Di Manor.
Di Manor, just for the
doesn't really matter. I try.
He seems like a nice guy. He was trying to console his girlfriend for losing 1-1. He was saying nice things about her in the interview.
Yep.
So any guy that could do that is a good guy, in my opinion.
10-4, roger that. Copy that. Mm-hmm. Echo over and out. Nakashima and Nick Kyrgios.
I think it'll be a tough battle.
That might be a match you want to watch out for.
Yeah, that's some. I mean, Kyrgios in paper should win, right? But Nakashima might surprise us.
Okay, what you have to understand is even though Nakashima is from the U.S., I grew up in a military family.
Does he have Japanese blood in it?
Yeah, I grew up in a military family, and so many times my father would take me to the USS Battleship Park at USS Alabama here in Alabama, and he would walk me onto the deck, and he would say that these Japanese players, these Japanese players or Japanese young men or ladies, especially the kamikaze pilots, they would be so patriotic about knowing they're going to go end their lives for what they thought was the greater good, and maybe it still is to this day. But the Japanese, the heritage, we have a couple of students that are Japanese and descent. And let me tell you what, they don't fuck around. They're all about patriotism. You think Djokovic and Serbia is patriotic? You think? Let me go ahead and tell you something about the Japanese. That's why we gave Naomi Osaka such a tough time about choosing her flag, because the Japanese, oh my gosh, I mean, they lost a couple 100,000 during World War II, the nuclear bomb, fat man, little boy, the list goes on. Anyway, Nakashima, whether or not we know that Nick Kyrgios is a way better player, but Nakashima, because he comes from a descent of people that will fight to the death. I kid you not, they will do that, and they won't think twice about it, and they will go down in a blaze of glory by doing so. Watch out for that. I'm not saying he's going to win. I'm not calling the upset. I wouldn't bet on it, but don't doubt the fight of the Japanese. Just don't. It's just Osaka we had to doubt because she had to question it. What flag am I going to fly? U.S. or Japan? U.S. or Japan? Kubler and Fritz. Don't forget that Kubler is a fine young player.
He's a better. I'm gonna go for Fritz, obviously.
Yeah, and don't be underestimated about Body van de Shezump. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Nadal will beat him by experience and being intimidating and being mentally ahead of the game. But if Van de Shezump heats up early, he might give Nadal a little bit of trouble that Djokovic would welcome because he's a little bit more tired moving forward.
Okay.
All right.
If you say so.
All right. We will see you guys mañana. We will see you tomorrow. And then after tomorrow's show, we have a Wednesday night. We may have to take off because we teach till 8 o'clock at night. But anyway, we'll let you know.
We're definitely taking that night off because we got to eat after and it's our anniversary. So we're definitely taking
our anniversary for 12 years is when?
11.
11 years?
A man.
11 year.
Even though you see him slim, he's a man.
Yeah, 11-year anniversary coming up in 2 days. We've never ever celebrated an anniversary.
No, we probably won't. But
we probably won't celebrate this one yet.
We'll be busy, but
yeah.
Later, Gator. Adios.